You might not know this, but Alice is not your only assistant. Well, you can have an army of co-workers and assistants, different personas that will help you in the various specialized tasks. If you go to the left-hand side of the app and you click on the avatar, you can see probably one assistant that you configured during the onboarding process. But I have a lot of them. I have Jake, I have Betty, she helps me with some formal letters. I have Sally, who runs my automations. I have Rocio, who helps me with translations, and a lot more. So basically, what you have here are different personas. And if you know the more advanced ChatGPT techniques. For example, when you ask to act as a professional copywriter or maybe professional mental health assistant, this is the way you create some kind of context, and you give this context at the very beginning of your conversation to the LLM. Thanks to that, you get so much better answers. And this concept is in the Alice app, and you can use it so that you create an army of robots, of your coworkers that are acting as a professionals in some field. Now, if I want to edit some of the assistants, for example, Rocio, what I can do is I can change the name, or I can change the description, the avatar. We have the model, and for the translations, GPT 3.5 Turbo is just fine. Also, I have the most important part here. So this is the master prompt. So this is the most important instruction. Act as my professional translator, language tutor every time I give you a message, blah, blah, blah. So this is the most important thing that will go to every new chat that I start with Rocio. And then also Rocio can have her own snippets. So I can enable some specific snippets that will help me when I'm working with Spanish language. Let me save this assistant and show you another trick. How do we create those master prompts? Well, you can obviously write the master prompt yourself, but you can also ask Amy or Alice or whoever else to help you with that. So for example, if I ask what would be the best prompt for creating marketing helper assistant GPT or something like this. So it's really generic, and usually you want to have like more sophisticated prompts, but this is a good start actually. Here's what we got, like as a marketing assistant powered by GPT-3, I want to help with marketing needs, blah, blah, blah. This is not great, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add some more things. I want the tone of voice to be witty and casual. And she will start to rewrite this prompt. And usually I have like 10, 20, even 30 additional context that I want to give. And it's so much better than giving context in one big prompt. Instead of this, it's getting a little bit better, but for example, this witty and casual tone is applied to the prompt itself. So I have to correct it a little bit. So I need the prompt to be professional instruction, and just correct it just slightly. Okay. Then what we're going to do is start with act as professional marketer and continue in this manner. So as you can see, I'm just adjusting, and I'm doing it pretty fast. I'm not thinking a lot about it, but also I want to add some details about project. For example, Zencal, a scheduling app for paid meetings, but obviously I would give it normally a lot more context. For example, about my project, about the tone of voice, about USPs, about everything that is connected to this project, so that I can have a master prompt that is a bit longer. And if you check, for example, what I did with Foy, who has a pretty long prompt, I do have this like information about personas, information about some tone of voice, like all of it is here. And it's a quite long prompt. You have to keep in mind that you'd have to put it and use those tokens at the beginning of every conversation. So you also want to make this prompt concise, but you need just the right balance, because remember that you want to inject this in every prompt, in every conversation, and you want the conversation to have the context so that your assistant can play the specific role that it's supposed to play, and you don't have to every time, like in ChatGPT, create a new prompt, create a new explanation of things. So How do we proceed with that one? Well, what we do here is from here we can switch the assistants. If you go to assistants here, you can create new assistant, and you can say that this is, for example, Zencal helps me with marketing. And also we're going to change an avatar in a second. I'm going to use GPT-4 and I'm going to just put this prompt, and that's it. Now we can chat with this assistant. Now we can easily select this assistant from the menu, and it knows the context. So how do we change the avatar? Well, if I go to Amy, because she knows how to create images, I'm going to use Midjourney. And I do have Midjourney here. Yes, that's my special action. I'm going to show you how to do it in one of the next lessons. I'm going to do like cyberpunk girl avatar. And okay, here I have the result. Maybe not perfect, but I can use some of it. Maybe I can use this avatar, and I can just use it straight away. Or I can also go to Safari, and there is Runway ML app, which is, wow, where are you? Screenshots. And I can just put an avatar here and generate, I can tweak some things and generate motion so that I can have animated avatar. I'm going to wait a little bit for that, but I'm just going to show you the result. Actually, I have Foy, who is an animated avatar, and you can see a little animation that was created by this Runway ML software. It's really, really nice. And yeah, but for Zenka, I'm just going to use this screen that I just took. So let me use it, save the assistant, and that's it. That's it. From here, what you can do is you can also set this to be your default avatar. So here you have the default assistant. And if you set, you can only have one default assistant. If you set this to be default, then every new conversation that you create with the new chat will start with this default assistant. And basically, that is almost it. So you might be also considering, why should we use this specific avatar and maybe not the snippets? Well, it is to make the context. It is to make the role in which the conversation will proceed. However, in this context for professional marketing for Zencal, you can also use many different snippets. So for example, if you go to snippets now and you're going to create a new snippet, you're going to say that it's okay, private, the model will be GPT-4, name of the snippets, LinkedIn or whatever, okay. And let's leave the icons here. And I'm going to just paste a prompt like this: create 5 attention-grabbing headlines for a LinkedIn post that will entice your target audience for each headline, blah, blah, blah. So this is a prompt that will be now a nested prompt with, if I save it, I need also to go to my assistants. And for the Zencal assistant, I need to enable this newly created snippet. I'm going to save it now. And now this snippet should be available here. So let me search for link and select it. And now let's say announcement of Google Maps feature in calendar. And now what's going to happen is I have these 2 prompts working together. So it already knows, the assistant knows that it's in the context of Zencal. So you can see that Zencal appears here, and all the information that this assistant, this role possesses, is now deployed to the other snippet, to the other prompt that I actually have. So I can create a lot of different snippets now that will help me with marketing, but they will be always in the context of Zencal and the information that I provided in the master prompt, in the main instruction. So this is really, really powerful, and you can create a lot of different assistants that will just give you a great shortcut to working with models. That's it for now, and I hope you liked it. I hope you create some assistants of yours in Alice, and we're going to definitely dive a bit deeper in assistants in future lessons. But for now, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next one.